football. All my brothers played. I was a tomboy when I was a kid, but I was one of those girls that was told, yeah, maybe you should be like a cheerleader. And
nothing is wrong with cheer.
No. And nothing is wrong with cheer.
I was a cheerleader. Nothing is wrong.
But they didn't want me to be on the football field.
Yeah, fair.
And I had a twin brother that he was my rabbit, right, when it came to sports. So we both ran track as well. Mm-hmm. So one day, my mom, she took us to one of his PB practices, and I was like, can I please just play? Like, I'm better than him. Like, I'm to be honest. She was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna figure it out. So I got on the field. Y'all, I killed it. Like, I was better than the boys, stronger than the boys. I got hit in my chest. Oh. And my mom was like, yeah, nah. And so that was the end of my football stint. It was about 2 days, you know. But fast forward, I got into track. That was my life. I ran from 7 to 23. I'm now 32. I think 33. And I remember graduating from college, and I was like, man, I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop playing sports. I'm not ready to retire. But I was definitely not going to the Olympics. I was just not there. Right. So one day I was driving, I saw a flag football tryout sign. And I was like, let me try, I'm now an adult pretty much. Let me see where this can take me. And that took me so far in life. I did not really understand, I guess, the gravity of a woman stepping into a space that is literally male dominated. And then at that time, social media or Instagram was really popping at that point. And so I was like, I'm just gonna start posting my videos. And I started going viral. And the next thing I know, I'm playing rugby, literally very, very close to making the USA team, but I got injured. Got into tackle football, which unfortunately ended up tearing my ACL 2 years ago. Got surgery last year. Don't ask me why I waited so long. I was hard-headed. But while I was an athlete in college, I, for whatever reason, understood this is something special. And I'm gonna age myself, which y'all know I just said I'm 30.
You literally just came up.
But I know, but to the youngins in here, I literally got on Instagram in 2012. Alright, and so that's when it was really coming up or whatever. And I was like, there's something that's special about this. And I remember when I started posting my videos and I was doing my thing in college, posting my practices, and then it really took off after. But I probably had about 50K when I graduated from college in 2014. And my mom, she took a notice of that. She was like, we should do something with this. I don't really know what it is, but something is in this. And so, long story short, graduated, ended up creating my first fitness DVD. I was also into personal training at that time, had product lines. I was doing all these amazing things. And then fast forward a little bit more, COVID hit. So I was doing my thing, being this amazing athlete, whatever. And then COVID hit. And that's when I could not be an athlete at that time, right? Obviously everything was shut down. But somebody came to me and said, have you ever thought about creating your own shoe line? And I was like, well, I'm a brand ambassador for this company, doing my thing, selling a lot of shoes for them, because I'm an influencer as well. And they were like, yeah, but I think you should do something different. Mm-hmm. And so, long story short, y'all, this is all very long. I'm not gonna go too much into detail. But long story short, my mom stepped in and she was like, yeah, she needs to have her own shoe company. And I was like, Mom, how? Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, I gotta compete with all these people. She was like, you can do it. You got the following, you built the brand, you understand your analytics, you understand your followers to the base level.
To the top?
To the team. And so I was like, you know what? We pray on it, ended up praying on it. God told me, jump. It's scary, but if you fall, at least you can say girl, you tried to create a shoe company. That's cool. It didn't work out, but that's cool. But if you do, what are you doing for the next generation? What are you doing for the underrepresented sports? Because I play football, right? What are you doing for the people that look like me? That most of the time you're wearing somebody else's brand. You're not really representing who you are. You're not getting all the things that you get when you actually own something. And plus, there's nobody that look like you that actually own anything in that space. So now you're opening up a door for the next generation, and that sounded good. So I took that leap of faith. And I jumped in, and now we've been running now since 2020. My mom is now the CEO. I stepped down and focused on my sports media platform called Winning Her Way. But I believe in generational wealth. I could not leave sports and not leave a legacy. That just didn't make sense to me because it's like, so I'm breaking, bones. I'm being injured.
More injuries.
Blood, sweat, and tears. For what? What am I getting back in return?
Sorry.
So that was
reps, okay?
okay. So that's how I got into it, was building a brand, utilizing my platform while I was still an athlete. To my athletes in this room, do not leave your sport and not use your platform. That is how you create ownership. That is how you solidify legacy, and that is how you can pass something down to your children, because they might or might not get your genetics. They might not be athletes, but if you build a business off of your blood, sweat, and tears and the backs of, and I'm gonna just be honest, like, NIL is great, but there's so much that still needs to go into that. There's so much details that I feel like is missing. So create your own, because NIL can be here today, gone tomorrow. So create your own. Don't let the sport use you, use the sport.
Period. People want to know how to walk in your shoes, and you quite literally created shoes. She won't tell you, but she's wearing the shoes that she created.
These are my shoes. It's called Tronos, by the way. Tronos. T-R-O-N-U-S.
Period.
Go buy some, y'all.
We'll get into the name later. But as you listed that you're an athlete, an entrepreneur, an influencer, a lot of times the guidance, especially from the older generation, this is no knock, is saying pick a niche and run with it, right? But we've all been able to break that barrier and not fit into a box. Monica, I'm going to throw it back to you. How are you able to navigate life without the constrictions of people trying to place you in a box and remain just uniquely you in every situation?